Like it's I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm Liddy live right now. Okay, YouTube, you suck. I've been trying to do this for like almost 3 hours now. What's up, Ted? So, I feel the need to reiterate um, my thoughts on Venom because I deleted yesterday's because the quality just wasn't up to snuff. Because YouTube is just YouTube. Oh my god, look at that. What's going on, Super Chris? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? By the way, I forgot to ask that yesterday. Me myself, I'm doing okay. But I had like quite a few things to talk about the other day. Yesterday. The other day? Yesterday. Anyways, dang, I want to talk about something everyone can. Okay, I'll talk about this Batman Arkham game rumor or whatever it is. I want to see if I can find like the official like Reddit post or anything, and I'm just gonna see. But I'm not even sure if I can. Like, I might just go off of what I basically heard from the videos I've watched on it. And basically, it's supposed to be a family, not a family, a game about the Bat family, right? And it was supposed to take inspiration from the Court of Owls, which isn't bad, and especially like considering, actually that story wasn't that tied into the Bat family, but I think if you want something more massive, but at the same time like more nuanced than like, well, Batman, you're stuck in this certain area and you gotta find a way to stop me and blah blah blah. Like I think it'll explore like a certain different aspect of Batman if it rings true, which I doubt. But yeah, and 2019 game. One thing it says, one thing it said Batman is still in there. Like Batman is actually playable. So that's already shady because at the end of night, everyone knows he retired. Basically, he went full on like, like Batman Beyond, just retired. Um, the game leak release date fall 2019. Current gen Xbox One, PS4, One X, PS4 Pro, and PC Switch, which is alarming. In my opinion, no Nintendo Switch release for any game that's like just now being is pretty weird. But if it is coming out fall 2019, that means it might have been in development before the Switch was like announced. So that's really weird. Hold on, I'm gonna try to keep a healthy relationship with my comments here. Okay, cool. No one said anything. Um, let's see what else. Okay, so it says it's single player, co-op, or multiplayer specific modes. So specific modes, so it can be played in single player, can be played completely co-op, can be played completely like multiplayer. And that's interesting. I don't really like. I don't think that's outlandish by any means. Let's see. The characters include the entire Bat family: Batman, Robin, Tim Drake, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Batwoman, Catwoman, Red Hood, and that's it. They need to put "and" in that. But man, okay. So this is weird. Batman and Batgirl sort of like ring multiple like red flags. Like they just raise multiple red flags because it's in the Arkhamverse. Like, okay, in the actual comics, she learned how to walk again, almost forgot again, and then relearned. And like just not walking has been a part of her character. So they could have just said, okay, yeah, she can magically walk again. Fine. But Batman coming back out of retirement for for the Court of Owls, I can see, but it's sort of a red flag. Like it's sort of that one thing in the rumor that's so outlandish it might be true. Like that type of thing in the rumors, like that usually go on nowadays. Gotham is about 1.5 times the size of Arkham Knight. I actually believe this. I really do. Because Arkham Knight is like an earlier PS4 game, and they might have further, like, that's actually believable. Gotham is now a living, breathing city. Now that kind of excites me, but at the same time, when you're in the Arkham games, whatever setting you're in, it's usually Batman's playground. Like it's usually time for him to cut loose, and he can't always do that with people in the street. Now I don't really like, they can't turn into like a Spider-Man game where it's like, oh yeah, you can stop live crimes. Batman, I don't know. I don't know. Like it seems like more of a Spider-Man type thing. Only Spider-Man really like goes out while other people are out like that. Like he's more laid back and chill about his identity than Batman. Batman would rather just do stuff silently if possible. So I don't know. Set time of day: rain, overcast, snow. Cool, I guess. Those are just the same sorts of weather we've always seen. Random crimes, calling back to more Spider-Man knockoff. I don't know. Main villain is the Court of Owls. Now, the Court of Owls are, I actually kind of agree with this, but I just don't see how the Bat family could go into that. Like, because if I remember right, like the Court of Owls wasn't really an entire Bat family thing. Now they could like repurpose it or like reimagine it, like Batman versus Robin did, and include like Dick Grayson in it, and include like there was someone else there. I forgot that movie. It's kind of lame. But yeah, I don't know. I would rather the main villain be, and I commented on this one guy's video, and I'd rather the main villain be the Joker, but he's inspired from indie game Joker, and keep Bruce Wayne retired, and they should do like a Battle for the Cowl storyline. Battle for the Cowl was basically like all the Robins and like even like a few extra people. Like basically, it's like a battle for the Cowl. Like who's going to be the next Batman? And like spoiler alert, Nightwing won. That was like when Batman died, obviously, because there will be no Cowl to battle for if Batman's still alive. But that was when like Damian Wayne came into play and stuff like that. So whoever, like the current Robin would be Damian Wayne, and then Tim Drake would go on to be Red Robin. And then like it's just a lot of stuff makes sense. I probably do an entire video on this, but like I don't know. Like it just seems like, oh, just Court of Owls, that's it. Like I think they could take a whole lot of Batman storylines and like make that shit happen. And Batman Endgame is just basically when the Joker Batman and the Joker basically kill each other. Batman doesn't kill like they're both basically crushed under rocks, and obviously neither one of them really died. But it basically, that's how the game should end. I think like Batman and Joker basically dying together and leaving this message of how Batman makes the world a better. Blah blah blah. I think this. I mean, oh god, like it just doesn't seem true. Like I hope Rocksteady is working on something superhero wise, like that Harry Potter scare. Like no, Harry Potter is awful. Like I hope they genuinely are working on something like superhero oriented at least. It doesn't even have to be Batman, even though like I'm a big Batman fan. Like it can be Superman. It can be, well, it can't be something from Marvel. I guess Marvel already has like a couple of games in development, but I do think whatever Rocksteady should be working on, they should be that company that repairs the reputation of superhero games. Like a lot of people give superhero games a lot of flack, and I think Rocksteady is like one of the only companies that really. I don't want to say they're the only company that really takes them seriously, but they have that reputation of, well, they created some of the best superhero games, period. So let me go back to my comment section real good. Rather that than a Superman game, in my opinion. Interesting. Yeah. And with the Superman, like there was a rumor earlier. Like I just hate when people say you can't make a Superman game and you can't make a Superman story. Like that just never made any sense to me. Later, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like there are versions of Superman that are weaker. You could have that, and it's not like there are versions of Superman that are naturally weaker. There are there are like versions of Superman that are averse to like not holding back. So like there are versions of Superman that take care, that are more careful with what they do, and as such they are nerfed by their own accord. And then there's animated series Superman, and there's New 52 Superman that aren't really experienced, but they are effectively the same person. So yeah, and with Battle for the Cowl, I think they could like implement some of like We Are Robin. We Are Robin was like the introduction of like Duke Thomas. Basically, he's like the newest Bat family, like he's like the most recent Bat family member, and he's like this yellow guy, and he calls him now. He was Robin. He was like a self-made Robin, and he basically wears this yellow. He calls himself the I forgot what he calls himself. The Signal. He calls himself the Signal now, but basically, We Are Robin was like, basically, it was Battle for the Cowl, Robin style. If I had to like sort of dumb it down, I guess like it's a bunch of Robins, a bunch of kids saying like was like okay. This one kid that dressed up as Robin was stopping someone, and I was like, for a story, he looks so different. But no, it was one kid dressed up as Robin. He stopped a crime, but ended up getting shot and killed. And the police started becoming like way more strict in Gotham to like any kid. It was like to the point where like anyone that was wearing the color red would like immediately get arrested. It was kind of funny, like thinking about like saying it out loud like that. But basically, it was a story about a bunch of people that wanted to stop crime of their own accord. Like basically, that criticism where it's like, well, what if Batman inspires more kids to like dress up as Robin and someone gets hurt? It's like an answer to that criticism, and it's really good. But yeah, basically it's the beginning of like Duke Thomas as a Robin, or as what's his name? I forget his name because I'm not that interested in him. I'll be honest, but he's a very interesting dude. He calls himself the Signal, and I don't like his design actually, but yeah. Let's see. So yeah, if they mix Battle for the Cowl, like a bunch of the official Robins, like the actual squad, like the actual back squad fighting for the Cowl, and they do We Are Robin, and they mix those two together, and like you have like you have a police force that's way more strict and not quite as on the Bat family side. Like that could add some real depth to the Arkham games, because I'll be honest, like the Arkham villains are essentially stupid, like those, and those aren't the only forces that Batman deals with. And I wanted to say that I want a Justice League Dark game. Basically, Justice League Dark is just how Batman deals with elements of magic in the DC universe. So that's always interesting. Like Batman Damned is basically a Justice League Dark story. It's Zatanna. Usually it's Zatanna, Constantine, Deadman, Etrigan. I love Etrigan. That came out of nowhere, but yeah, I like Etrigan. Who else is usually like it sort of changes, Based on the but you can't really have someone like Dr. Fate there all the time because he's just way too powerful. But yeah, I think they could do something like that. Let me see. That's what I would. But if they do go for like the more grounded, the more street level storytelling, I think they could do that. Battle for the Cowl. Every character is available in free roam, which makes sense. Now I hope they do something like more streamlined for that, because with changing the Catwoman, you have to basically like find a cat. You have to find a cat, and they highlight it on the map. But like, and it creates like a seamless transition. Like it kind of makes sense. Like meet Catwoman over by a cat, and you change like it, adding that sort of like that what's the word for it? You sort of contextualize it and it makes it that much better. But I think it could be more streamlined. Like if you want to be, suave and all that, go find a cat and you get a cool scene. But for people who just simply want to open up their open up their menu and then look, I'm feeling Nightwing right now. I don't want to be Robin. And then I think they could make that more streamlined. Batman has a redesign. Now that's interesting. Because I've never been a fan of like the Arkham design. Maybe it's DC. I would rather a DC Rebirth design. I think the DC Rebirth bat suit. Maybe it's because it's iconic, but I think the DC Rebirth bat suit sort of takes elements of like all the other bats, like all the other great bat suits, and makes them like it enhances them in like certain parts of it. It's not perfect, but I do like. I think it's the best. Maybe aside from his blue one, like back in like what was it, the 70s? No, I don't know. It was a bit ago where he wore like a more blue one, and but that was a different time. But whatever. Batmobile is transport only, and the other characters have cycles, which is cool, I guess. Like I don't want, and I didn't mind the bat tank thing, but it could have been like less forced. Like you just tell, like, yeah, take these bombs out of the ground, and but you can only do it with the bat tank, and just do every other like side mission was like a bat tank mission. It was like the other missions were like you can count on one finger. It was only like Azrael, and you had to train them, and it was one with like I guess firemen that needed saving, and your usual like Riddler thing that no one ever does, and like one with Catwoman. Catwoman and Riddler were tied up together in Arkham Knight. Actually, I remember. Like there were like four main missions that you didn't like. You could opt out of using the Batmobile for. So I think they could have did that a lot better. But yeah, I think we all just need a break from the bat tank. Let's see. I have so many topics I want to talk about. It would be cool more superhero games. And they all seem so like Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, I would. Spider-Man PS4 was. I'm not going to get into that. Batcave serves as main hub for upgrades, character swaps, new missions, and in-game models. That's interesting. Okay. Because from what I've experienced, you would have to reset the whole game and go back to the main menu in order to like switch your cool looking outfit. At least from what maybe I was just being dumb, but I think that's pretty cool, a little more streamlined. But yeah, I don't think that's outlandish. Play similar to past Arkham games, new options for co-op, dual takedowns, combat stealth. That's cool. Now that I'd like to see how they tackle that with dual stealth. Like I like how Arkham Knight did it. It was incredibly short-lived, but I like how Arkham Knight did it. You were Batman and you told Tim to like, he's just like now, and then like Tim like immediately, like that was slick. So hopefully they do something like that. I would love that. Like I would love that as like an entire spinoff game, like Batman and Robin. It could be like 5 hours, and I'll like throw $40 their way. Like I would play that game. Stealth segments make you work together. Duh. Okay. Make you work together. So do you have to like agree on action? Like you're like, oh, I want to take him down, and if someone says no, you as the player, you don't have the option to do it anymore. I don't get it. Parkour has been expanded. Characters move a lot quicker and more fluidly. Okay, that makes sense. I can see Nightwing is an incredibly athletic guy. Like he's incredibly like even more so than like Batman as like gymnast. Yeah, he completely outdoes Batman. And I hope they like emphasize what, because like not all the Robins are like Batman. Like Nightwing is a lot more nice, and he's like a way better like gymnast. And debatably, no, I won't say that. He's actually I think Nightwing is possibly the worst hand to hand. I mean, like there are certain implications, and like Batman like straight up says it a lot. He's like, yeah, man, you're the best. Like you're the best. Like other than me, you're like the best hand-to-hand combatant I know. Like he's said that a couple of times, and like he's beaten people that other members of the Bat family aren't able to beat, but he gets beat up like a lot. Like Nightwing is he just takes a lot of L's. So I don't know. It's really inconsistent with that, but yeah, I don't know. But I think he's more nice, whatever. And Tim Drake is debatably smarter than Batman. Who else? Who else is like better? Like I think Barbara Gordon is debatably smarter than him. Who else? I think probably Damian Wayne is probably like a more skilled fighter, because with Damian Wayne he always has to like hold back, or he always has, because he's from birth he's like bred to be an assassin. Like he's one of the best fighters in the DC universe, like already. Like, and it's funny because each one of the Robins, each person Batman has under his wing is the best something in the DC universe, which is like crazy because he's raising like a military, like it's just crazy. But yeah, like Dick Grayson, he's like, cause he's widely considered like the most attractive dude in the DC universe, which is pretty funny because who else? Like I've only seen that like as an aspect of his character, he's like certain characters have like certain aspects to him. Like Batman's supposed to be smart and a good detective. Like certain attributes to a character, like he's supposed to be attractive, and that's pretty funny. Probably do new options. Yeah, blah blah blah. Still segments. Main gadgets are the same except for a couple of new additions. I think they could be better. New enemy types. Okay, good. Talents are the same ninja types from Arkham Knight. Game takes place in Arkhamverse, obviously. It's supposed to be Rocksteady's true last hurrah of Batman games. So that's it. So fall 2019. I just can't see it. I don't know. I just can't see it. Rocksteady is working on something, but I don't know about a Bat family game. Like this has gotten a lot of, and then okay, here's one other thing, another red flag is that it's at Microsoft's conference, and everybody knows like Sony and Rocksteady, like there's just certain things Sony can do that Microsoft just can't, and like have like exclusivity for games like Arkham and stuff like that, and Destiny and stuff like that, and like what else? Like there's a certain pool Sony has now, and it just makes it less believable. I don't know, fucking noise. Anyways, it makes more sense, and this is the only thing I'll give it, is because I didn't expect Microsoft to have Devil May Cry 5. Like having Devil May Cry 5 is like insane for like in my opinion. Like I don't know. Like I just think having Devil May Cry, so I think Phil Spencer is trying to fix whatever Microsoft is doing over there, but I don't know. It all just seems so weird. But yeah, I had a few more topics. Those just came up today. Okay, sound okay.
Yeah,
Look okay. I tried to do. Okay, there was another one that came out today. Okay, I want to talk about the Game Awards, because the Game Awards are like, how can I describe it? I kind of sort of admire Jeff Kendley, whatever the fuck his name is. I kind of admire him because it's been a long time coming, but I think he's finally on the map. He's finally seen as like a genuine like host. It's hard to talk about this because I haven't looked at past, like I looked at last year's awards and they were honestly incredible. But like other time like and I was researching them, and like that's when like that's like the cusp of with the dang it, what's his name, of the Hideo Kojima and Konami like beef, that whole squabble, like that came to like a head there. And I was just like, so this is more than just, look bro, you made a game here. Actually, like this actually could become like monument, like actually be up there with like the BET Awards or the Kids Choice Awards. Like we as and I hate to use this word nowadays because it's like a meme, but like we as gamers, I think we're actually, like, as far as like society is concerned, I think we're actually becoming more accepted, and it's really cool to see like these awards, like I guess the gateway in which we do. I don't know, but it can be seen as sort of more than just a hobby, because like in the future you could compare gaming to like, okay, but you look at the BET Awards, like you could be like they could be on the same level. It's like, oh yeah, does games even have a reward ceremony? Like, actually, motherfucker, it does. So it could like it makes gaming a more viable hobby. Like for people that like I've met people that are like, oh man, I will beat your ass if you think the Falcons will lose this next game. But then like you talk about games, like, oh, that's just for kids. Like, I was like, boy, you were just acting like childish about a football game. So that's I don't really get that. But you know, that's just something that's always going to be there. I don't really like wasting mental energy on that. Is like baffling anyways to me. So I just don't like to think about that stuff anyways. But like it's just crazy. I actually sort of hyped for the Game Awards. But what I really want to talk about was he made like a Twitter video, and he's like, yeah, I've been running around all summer, man, and I've been getting these great game announcements and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay. So he probably because last year was like dope. Like last year he had Breath of the Wild, like some Breath of the Wild announcement, Bayonetta 3. He had actually that's the Bayonetta 1 and 2. But yeah, last year I thought was kind of hype. So if he's promising right now, and like he said this in September. So if he said he's promising this in September, and the Game Awards are until December 6th, I don't know. I think I have my faith in Jeff. I think that's his name, Jeff. He's not a memorable dude, like, but the dude that said fuck the Oscars dude, that dude is pretty funny. So yeah, I think like I think it could become like more than like what it seems to be on the show. Like it's pretty easy to hand out like a joke like blah. We made a game. It had an element that was slightly better than this game, and it could be because I don't know, like that just it just seems par for the course for like award ceremony to be like the actual foundation for like the continual growth of like an ecosystem. So like I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure like Cardi B attacked Nicki Minaj at like a reward show. Like that's those reward ceremonies, like that is a part of it. Like you kind of expect a lot of the beef to culminate there. You kind of expect a lot of the stuff, a lot of questions are answered. Like that's just, and to have like video games actually fall right into that line is pretty reassuring for me because like you see that Hideo Kojima stuff and you see the Nintendo suing the fucking people that made another Metroid remake and you just see a lot of questions answered right then, right there on one night. Like I was pretty hyped when I made my video about that, and it's sort of sustained itself. You know, I'm just worried about what's gonna happen, what's gonna get game of the year. Yeah, right now for me, yeah, it definitely seems to be like a popularity contest. Like I've looked back at the games of the year like way back then. And it definitely seems to be like a popularity contest. And with that being said, I'd say either Spider-Man or Red Dead Redemption 2 is gonna get it. Because it probably Spider-Man. Because and that's another thing. Okay, I'll talk about what I don't like. Like I don't think it's a perfect event. I don't like how PUBG was a genuine candidate for Game of the Year. For one, it went against the developers' wishes. Two, it wasn't even a game. Which is interesting. So you could argue like and just like there's no proof of it. Obviously, like we can't jump inside his head, but the fact that you're even able to make the argument that he only did it because he wants PC gamers there. Like the only valuable games of the year were either PlayStation exclusives or Nintendo exclusives. So if you put PUBG up there, you have the PC audience and the Xbox audience because it was coming to Xbox. So it's a little like he had to do what he had to do, and that was kind of shady. And I'm not gonna let that slide, but I just like it just doesn't seem right. Like it doesn't seem like it's already and I think that's one of the things that he sort of markets it as. It's like, oh, we're more honest than those other Game Awards, like that fuck the Oscars thing. Like that basically is what he thinks his own award show is. Like we don't do all that shady stuff the other award shows do, but you kind of did. Like you kind of like you left reasonable doubt. You yourself left a reasonable doubt. Like PUBG wasn't a game. The developer already asked you not to have it up there. Like that alone makes you shady. So hopefully they're more fair because I don't think that last year I don't think was completely fair. And that's just me. It's whatever. So yeah. Switch XL. I've already talked about that. I don't even care about the Switch XL. Like it is what it is. It's gonna come out. Whatever. Venom. It was okay. I don't feel the need to reiterate because I've already like vocalized it. I kind of deleted it. So I kind of feel responsible for telling you guys my thoughts on Venom. Venom was okay. I think they had a really good understanding of the character. They made up for the lack of Spider-Man. I think. Yeah, I think they justified the lack of Spider-Man. Now, the Spider-Man would have made it better, clearly, but I think they justified the lack of Spider-Man pretty well. Whatever. It's a little tiring even talking about that, but what's next? I guess no, I won't talk about that yet. My Hero Academia two heroes was really good. It has some really good animation, and I highly recommend. Like I highly recommend the movie. Now, yeah, yeah. I just recommend the movie. That's it. I saw the sub version. You. Okay, I want to talk about Daredevil season 3 because it looks pretty hype. Like Bullseye being like mainly Bullseye has been like associated with like Daredevil. He's kind of all over the place, but like mainly Bullseye is like Daredevil, and he's basically like he's like evil Hawkeye, I guess. Like he's I never miss and like stuff like that. He killed Elektra like a couple times, and yeah, I mean, I think he's cool. Then they got a good actor for it. It was really cool seeing him in the Daredevil suit. That's actually iconic. Like you only expect something crazy like that. Like and then the Kingpin, like he's under the and that's kind of like a cornerstone of his character too. Like he's under the payroll of the Kingpin, and like he gets the job done, and that's the end of it. But yeah, I think because I guess he's like a mixture of like Hawkeye and Punisher. Like he uses guns and he's like I never miss and blah blah blah. I'm not a fan of the Game of the Year awards. It all boils down to what I find enjoyable. That's true because with the Game of the Year, it's like I said earlier, it's usually like a matter of what's the most popular, and a lot of people don't even agree with it. Like in hindsight, I don't think Breath of the Wild was that good. I would have gave it to Persona 5 personally, but even I have problems with Persona 5, but I think Breath of the Wild's problems, and then it had like issues when it first launched. I don't know. But yeah, it's not something to like take super seriously. It's just awards. Now let's see. Daredevil season 3. Yeah. Punisher, not Punisher. Bullseye. I've been waiting on Bullseye. Kingpin, still one of the greatest Marvel like villains. Not in general, like Punisher in the comics is kind of but I think his actor, I forget his actor's name. He has a really confusing name, but I think the actor sort of takes because the Punisher, not the Punisher. Oh my God, stop saying Punisher. The Kingpin is basically just a Kingpin. That's basically what he is. So I think the actor, I forget his name. I don't know how to say his name. I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but I think he takes what the core concept of Kingpin's character and sort of exemplifies it in his own way. He has like it's pretty like gruesome. Like it's pretty nasty in a really, really addicting way. That's what's so great about it. Oh man. But yeah, Daredevil, man, I think it's for Daredevil, I think he's like as far as street level heroes go, he's like my favorite Marvel character. You could debate that Spider-Man is a street level because Spider-Man is my second favorite superhero ever. But I'm like as far as like I don't think because Spider-Man isn't necessarily a street level hero simply based off of the fact that he's popular. Like people think your actual real life attributes dictate that you're a street level hero. For example, Batman, by all logic, he is a he is a street level hero. But every other Justice League story arc, he's face to face with like Darkseid. So really, it's a matter of popularity that determines if you're a street level hero. And then you have like Batman is like mythology level, which is like like Superman is mythology level because he's like considered like a sun god in another universe, stuff like that. Like Batman is like a figure of mythology, like the Bat, the Dark Knight, stuff like that. And that's usually what dictates it. But as far as street level heroes go, Daredevil's like there. Thanks to the Netflix show. Like I mean, I've always liked the concept of Daredevil, but I think the Netflix show, first of all, it made up for that awful Ben Affleck movie. Second of all, it definitely cemented him as like my favorite street level hero. And you could argue Moon Knight is actually like a street level hero. And Moon Knight is like my second or third favorite Marvel character. Aside from Doctor Doom. No. Okay, Marvel characters, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Magneto, and then Moon Knight. Those are like top four. Because I like Marvel has some villains when it comes down to it, and they have like a handful of like actually like stellar villains, but like Magneto and Doctor Doom actually like they that's man. I think Doctor Doom is better than the Joker. Probably Magneto too, but like certain villains in Marvel, like some villains, but like when you have a good villain, they have like a really really good villain. Basically, I like Magneto and Doctor Doom's disposition, like about everything. It's like I really enjoy seeing them in action. Like we don't have enough interaction with those two, like at all. Like we don't get enough of that at all. Like I love those two characters. So let me go ahead and see how I sound real quick. With those two, like at all. Like we don't get enough of that at all. Like I love those two characters. Let's see. Yeah, I'm calling myself. JoJo Part 5. JoJo Part 5. Nah, I don't really have too much to say about that. Do I? I don't think I do. JoJo Part 5. I mean, it's pretty bizarre. I don't know. Nah, I mean, I can't really. I think the art direction and animation are like stellar. I think David Production, like they go hard when it comes to like animating. But that's about it. Especially stuff like Iraqi is like drawn and stuff like that or animated. I kind of wanted to touch on the Shane Dawson thing. I genuinely I think he's being melodramatic for the sake of being like melodramatic. And it's kind of like annoying to watch. But I actually did enjoy the most recent episode, so I can't really. When I get into Suicide Squad 2, like I really want to get into Suicide Squad 2, so I'm gonna skip that for now. I'm talk about my thoughts on Titan. Now, I didn't look at the entire first episode, but I feel like I looked at it enough. I think it's really weird in a good way, I guess. Like, how can I say? I think the actor for Dick Grayson is I think he's okay. But like the actual characterization of Dick Grayson, I think they basically brought it down to like a more human level. Like it's really weird because he's curb stomping people. But in a weird way, I think they brought it down to a more human level. Like most people don't deal with grief like by instantly snapping back. But at the same time, we don't all have like a billionaire sugar daddy, so that's really weird. I don't know. I think it has its only weird, contorted type of charm, and that's actually crazy because it hit me with like a certain type of enjoyment that I like. I was like, wow, that's actually wow. And that's basically what it hit me with. I mean, check my cool. Okay. Got 4 people watching. That's cool. Okay. Okay, for the last thing, because Suicide Squad. I'm probably gonna end it here in a minute, but because the chat and this is my last topic anyway, but for 2, man. Oh, hold on. One. Oh, apparently I got 5 viewers now. That's weird. I don't really know all of them could like talking or whatever, but hold on. The mouse is out. Or YouTube won't work. YouTube, you suck. Fix yourself. Oh, of course. I didn't even touch the camera button. I did not even touch the camera button. YouTube, why are you being so bad? Wow. So my mouse just doesn't want to show up on Google Hangouts. That's really so weird. I'm supposed to be streaming in like 720. Okay. This is a really weird one. All right. YouTube does not want to work for me. Yeah, I'll probably end it here because I'll just I don't want to do one tomorrow. I'll probably do one like Saturday or whenever I just feel like it. I have a few interesting ideas to make into videos, but yeah, if you guys are, I will see you all next because this is being super weird right now.